I think the number one that I quote is 87% of AI projects never reach production. And I think what we've come to the conclusion is a lot of that is because of data, right? AI systems fail when they don't understand what your data means. And this concept of the last mile problem, which is this semantic layer that I think the world is starting to get some traction on in terms of that language. That tied to the data itself is really where we're seeing the rubber hit the road, and AI agents actually being able to do work reliably.
Yeah, but I'm a client. I can't do anything. At least that's what I say. My data's not ready.
Well, I mean, I don't think that that's true either, right? I think there are ways to essentially do projects iteratively. It used to be that you'd have to build a massive sort of data warehouse that would take 6 to 12 months with a large team to develop. Now you can be much more targeted. So if you were to take a pilot or a use case that has immediate ROI for the business, you can start to build the data foundation for the future, while proving out that use case, right? And you can do that relatively quickly, in terms of weeks, not months. And these modern data platforms that exist today, if you look across, like I would say the four main ones, right? You've got Microsoft Fabric, you got Snowflake, Databricks, and then Google BigQuery. They're all starting to get this, right? That you really need to have that strong foundation and that semantic layer to make agents work. They're making it really easy for folks to plug and play and build sort of iteratively and kind of turn on use cases as you go.
Yeah, and I would just say, well, before I say this, I feel like, we talk about this all the time. It's almost like we're hitting a tape recorder and hitting play. Start with the business outcome. And so when you say, is your data AI ready, is it ready to achieve this outcome, right? Versus it's almost like asking, when people say, is my data AI ready? It's like asking if a hammer is nail ready. It just depends on the task, right? Are you hanging a picture? I don't know if that analogy is perfect, but
I like
it's
it.
what came to me. It came to me on this afternoon. So, the key is to start with that outcome, understand what data is required to achieve that outcome. And Ben, exactly to your point, build that use case and then use the business outcome, whether it's increased revenue, cost savings, whatever the case may be, to fund the next wave. And so you constantly have this use case, AI platform, data platform working in tandem parallel in building out those use cases.